What up? This is Dopey. Just got done doing the huge conspiracy theory video called "You Are Brainwashed." Look it up. Anyways, this is death metal, deathcore debate part two. Let's see. I don't know. I thought I'd do a part two to this video because it seems to be my most popular one and have it comments on almost every day. And anyways, a lot of people have asked me, what do I think about this band? What do I think about that band? Um, do I think this band's deathcore? Do I think this band? Or what do I think of that band? Blah 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 blah. To tell you the truth, stop asking me, man. You know, cause let's see. Well, fuck it. Let's just go over it. Black Dahlia Murder, maybe be deathcore, maybe just metal. You know, I mean, I'm not a huge Death or Black Dahlia Murder fan. I did see them live. They're fucking brutal live. I haven't found respect for them. I used to not. I'm not a huge fan of them. Uh, I don't own any of their albums. I don't listen to any of their albums. So if I don't own any of their albums, and if I don't listen to any of their albums, then I do not think of them that much. You know, that's just how it is. I talked the same thing about Dying Fetus's drummer Trey Williams. I asked him, "What do you think of this band?" And he's like, "I don't think of them at all." I'm not gonna say what band it is. I want to because I fucking hate this band anyways. Like, well, that's cool. And he told me that he really did like the Black Dahlia Murder. So if Dying Fetus drummer likes the Black Dahlia Murder, no matter what, if they're deathcore or whatever, that means they're badass. So I mean, you know, I'm not going. It's just not my thing, man. And Origin's badass. I like Origin. I don't own any of their albums, and I don't listen to any of their albums, but I do like them. I've seen them quite a bit, um, going on quite a bit of shows, touring with Fetus and whatnot, and on Summer Slaughter as well. And I think on Summer Slaughter, I'm pretty sure there's a Summer Slaughter. And oh, speaking of which, this year's Summer Slaughter, almost the only band I'm interested to see that I know that's playing is Cerebral Bore. I wouldn't mind seeing those guys. That's about it, man. Usually Fetus is the only reason why I go to Summer Slaughter whenever they're there. I did want to see Decrepit Birth again. When I saw Decrepit Birth, I really did like Decrepit Birth. I do not like the way they're going from their first album. I love their first album. The first album's awesome. The second album I can dig somewhat. Their third album, not too much of a fan of. It just keeps getting lighter, more melodic, you know. And I just think that's their thing. I love the lead singer though. I'm a huge fan of the lead singer. I love what he has to say. I love his spiritual point of views and stuff like that. Bill Robinson's a beast. I believe when he smokes weed, he probably talks to God. You know, I used to do the same thing. And let's see, deathcore, man. Let's just talk about deathcore because I can go on forever about how much I do not like deathcore. And there are some deathcore bands out there that I do like. You know, I'm saying the genre itself. It seems like there's like two styles of deathcore. You know, it seems like there's the Suicide Silence deathcore, then there's the gangster deathcore, and the gangster deathcore has just been, oh my god, it's worse than almost any deathcore. Technical deathcore though. Let's talk about technical deathcore. Technical deathcore is fucking brutal. We'll leave it at that, dude. Some people are thinking Vermilla, if that's the band. I can't even pronounce it. I do not think they're deathcore or technical deathcore. I think they're technical death metal that just do highs. Even because the highs don't sound anything like deathcore highs. Deathcore highs are so annoying to me, man. I just can't stand deathcore highs. That's why I like Despised Icon. I don't think they're deathcore. I never hear them do any highs. You know, they might have metalcore riffs and shit like that, but their growls are awesome. I love the pig squeals. There's death metal. A lot of people that say bands that do pig squeals are just deathcore bands. There are death metal bands that have been out there that even might have started the pig squealing. There's Human Rejection, and that's a slam death metal band, I'm pretty sure, and they do pig squeals, which is awesome. Um, I like Begging for Incest a lot, and I remember I seen a couple of videos to where they're like Begging for Incest is deathcore. I'm like, no, 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 dude. They're like, well, that riff is pretty fucking deathcore, dude. I'm like, nah, man, slam. You know, and that's the next thing that's gonna happen. Next fucking thing, I swear to God. And it's gonna make me hate deathcore that much more when slam deathcore comes around. There's already some deathcore bands that are doing it. Slam death metal, and that's another thing that I don't like about deathcore is that it's just two genres that supposedly invented itself. If they took metalcore and death metal and made its new genre, it seems like nothing of deathcore is original. You know, that I really do not like. And it almost seems like every single deathcore band that's around that is deathcore, um, breakdown. That's it. You know, and it's boring. So boring. It's just like all open chugging. And I know, because my buddy Shredder and we hang out with the dude who does deathcore, and he does this, almost the exact same riffs, which isn't bad. Some of it's cool, but just open chugging all day long is just, oh my god, get over it. There's no talent in that. There ain't no talent in that. Slam death metal though is so fucking brutal. I love slam. I can't get enough slam, dude. Anything that's slam, I instantly love it. Seriously, and if it is slam, and usually bands say when they are slam death metal, it's because they are slam death metal, And there's so almost every new death metal band that comes out is slam death metal. Like, man, Guttural Corpora Cavernosa, ah, that band's beast. The Gurchuk Tree, Intestinal Pancakes, Hostile Eyes. These are some bands that I can remember off my mind that I have checked out. That I don't have any albums from. I don't have any of these guys' albums. I just have all their YouTube videos. That's it. And that I love, dude. Anything that's slam is just so beast. And I think Begging for Incest is slam, especially their new album, Abominable Putridity, some slam. And I don't think it's the new thing, or I don't think just because I think it's the new thing that's coming out, I don't think that it's just completely 100% new. On top of it, I know slam death metal has been around for a while, you know, and to me, slam death metal is more heavy, more jamming, more fucking brutal. Ingested, why? This is what I wanted to talk about. This is what exactly what the fuck I wanted to talk about. This is why I hate deathcore. This is it. I'm just gonna say it. Ingested. Ingested would have been the newest fucking band to to take over the death metal scene. It was like they were intense slam death metal, dude. And these guys would have been the Pantera of death metal. Straight up, they would have been the juggernauts. They would have been the kingpins. Waking Cadaver wouldn't have shit on Ingested, dude. Ingested was the new fucking band. Second album, Deathcore. They went from slam death metal to deathcore. It even says, dude, their new album, even on Windows, says deathcore. It's sad. It's so sad, dude. You see, just to go from their, actually, even their split, dude. The three-way split that he did with, I can't ever pronounce that band that starts with a C, but people out there that knows what I'm talking about. Castrated, and so Solepatized or something like that. But that split that they did where they had 4 songs and they're like the demo and it was just beast, dude. Just so fucking beast. The vocalist on that was way more beast, but even their new vocalist and the dude that did backup vocals, I mean that was so heavy, and even the highs weren't even deathcore highs; they were more death metal highs. Um, beast album stuff, surpassing the human something, And then their next one was Suppression or Suppress something. But I was so obsessed with that Ingested album. I had like 2 albums. One album started out with Begging for Incest, and then Ingested, and then the other one started out with Ingested and Begging for Incest, and depending on which one I want to listen to first. Because I loved both of those bands. Those bands were so fucking heavy, and that's like me and my buddy Shredder's main influences for the longest time was just Ingested and Begging for Incest. We wrote almost all of our shit and riffs, something like just just influenced totally by those guys. And Begging for Incest, thank God for not selling out. And I had to say that about Ingested. But your second album, it's still not bad, but it's nowhere. It has nothing or anything or comparable to your first album. You guys would have been the best if you would have just took your first album. If you want to get back in the map, I can tell you everybody that I've ever showed Ingested loved Ingested, and now you don't hear shit from them because they get just tired on the first album. I'll still listen to the first album, but their second album, I think bombed big time, dude. And I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Ingested, you could totally rejuvenate yourselves. This album would be a fucking mistake, dude. Get rid of the deathcore bullshit. Get rid of that deathcore bullshit, dude. I swear to God. I thought, oh yeah, this is another thing I want to brag about Ingested. If Ingested would have kept going on their new ways, they would have brought death metal right back on the fucking map and destroyed Suicide Silence. Suicide Silence would be fucking yesterday's news, dude. I swear to Christ. I mean, these guys would have been, oh yeah, dude. They would be today's Cannibal Corpse, 6 Feet Under. I mean, everything that was beast back when death metal was death metal. Before deathcore ever came around, when everyone was into death metal back in my day, when I was like in high school as a freshman. And there's only a handful of guys that I knew, like 5 guys that were into death metal. It was like Cannibal, Mortician, I mean, these guys would have taken back the death metal scene, and all these deathcore bands wouldn't have had shit on Ingested. They wouldn't have. And I should know, man. I'm a death metal pioneer. I'm a death metal juggernaut, dude. I know death metal. I worshipped it for a long time. I started liking death metal because in school I loved Pantera, White Zombie, and everything else that was in the mainstream. And I was into Slipknot and Mudvayne, and then oh fuck, ugh. It's only 2:40 in the morning. Then eighth grade comes around. I'm into not Suicide Silence, Slipknot. Or sixth grade comes around. I'm into Slipknot, and totally love their first album. And it ain't their first album, their self-titled album. Totally loved it. And loved with that shit. Tried showing everybody Slipknot. Tried showing my cousin, all my friends. No one likes Slipknot. Eighth grade comes around, they're on MTV. Everybody likes Slipknot. All the preps, blah blah blah. My cousin, my friends like Slipknot. I had the S memorized. I drew that shit every day on my arm with pen and ink on my folders. And right then and then, I decided to stop liking MTV, and because I felt Slipknot was my thing, was my band. No one else cared about it, and I really liked them. And let's say, favorite Slipknot song ever is "Surfacing." Still my favorite. And just like Pantera's, my favorite song will always be "Becoming." And let's say. So in the eighth grade, I buy metal magazines all the time. Circus, Hit Parader, Metal Maniacs. And in my Metal Maniacs magazine, I see an album, 2 albums. One of them was a 6 Feet Under album, Maximum Violence. And the other one was a Mortician album. And when just looking at that album, it gave me it just made my stomach turn because it was a woman with a stump cut off, tied up to a branch, and her dead boyfriend rotting next to him. I mean, it just when you're a kid in the eighth grade, like 14 years old, like, ugh, that's kind of sick, but it sounds kind of cool. So, so I get those 2 albums. First one though was Maximum Violence, and I heard SFU for the first time. I fell in love with it because 6 Feet Under is probably the first band to actually get you into death metal, man. You still understand the ground, still heavy, still pretty brutal, and I like death metal. And that was it. And then same thing with Mortician. Mortician, I just liked it because it sounded evil. Seriously, I mean, anyone who likes Mortician, you like death metal because that shit is pure evil, probably. The way it sounds, the bass is so industrialized, the guitar and the drum machine, it's just like, who could really, really like that shit? Only if you really like death metal, you know? So, and then I found a new thing of music that no one else knew, that no one else liked. And then when I found somebody that who liked it that I didn't know, I really had more respect for them, and I wanted to become their friend. You know, because to me, they found it on their own too. You know, and then you go into Cannibal Corpse and Decide, and it just begins. You just try to find out every single death metal band that's out there. And Dying Fetus was one of them. And when I first heard Dying Fetus, first Dying Fetus I think I've ever heard was actually Grotesque Impalement EP. My buddy, uh, my buddy Sleepy and Sneezy had a cassette tape of the album of the Grotesque. So we listened to Dying Fetus on cassette every day, riding around in his fucking van Volkswagen thing to high school to whatever, dude. Just listen to Dying Fetus, and I loved it. You know, I felt like I really belonged, and I love the music. I love Dying Fetus. I love their old school shit. I really did love their old school shit quite a bit. I listened to Purification Through Violence like crazy, dude. Crazy, fucking crazy. I'm an old school Fetus fan, you know, Dying Fetus fan. Ever since, dude. And then whenever Killing on Adrenaline, I heard that album. Oh my god. And then after that, dude, praise the Lord, you know, uh, destroying the opposition. And you know, so that's why I like death metal. And then I tried showing it to a couple friends, and then my one friend found his own thing, and then one day he brings over, it's like, this is Suicide Silence. And I listened to their first album, and their first album wasn't really that bad, you know. Well, it seems like the more Suicide Silence goes on, it's like the less he starts growling, and the more he keeps screaming. And that shit is just annoying. It sounds like a bitch screaming. I swear to God, the whole time it sounds just like a fucking female or a fucking whiny bitch emo from Bring Me the Horizon screaming the whole time. I can't stand Bring Me the Horizon. Can't stand that shit. It's just annoying to me. It just is, man. You know, probably my music is annoying to some people too. The constant all the time. You know, and I'm sure some people might find that shit annoying. Even the death metal highs. But yeah, this is a death metal, deathcore debate part 2. I'm already 20 minutes into it. Um, can't believe it. I talk forever and just go from one thing to another. Um, but I think death metal will prevail eventually one day. I think slam will eventually take over because I see it replicating more of a virus than anything. Slam is taking over. Slam's going to get rid of. It's going to be the new deathcore, and then people will hate deathcore. And then trust me, because I've been through it before. I've been through it before, dude. I've been through it before. I've seen all the trends. You know, I've seen one trend go to another trend, go to another trend. And I'll always like Pantera. I don't give a fuck. One, I'm a redneck, and I am from Oklahoma. And I live in Iowa now. But Pantera helped me get through my life. Not only, well, yeah, mentally and physically, you know. I mean, whether I took beatings or whether it made me stand up for myself and help me. So, you know, thank God, you know, that there was Pantera for me in a dark period of my life. It was good. And it will always be there, too. You know, I'll always be playing Becoming in my head whenever I need to get into a fight. Oh, God. Because I haven't run from a beating. I've never been knocked out, but I have been bloody. I've had been beaten to a pulp and had blood all over my face, and it doesn't bother me. I've had my nose broken probably 3 times. I've had been jumped by 20 people before. I used to stand up for stupid bullshit and whatnot, and I never ran away from a fight. I probably never will either. If I have to get beat, my heart will pace, and then I'll just face the music because I'm not a coward one way or another. And I have music to help me to thank for that. You know, that that really got me through my bullshit. Because first of all, being a bully in life, you're just a faggot, dude. You just need to get over it. Picking on people, is just so gay and it's retarded. You're a coward. You're a fucking coward, dude. I was one of those kids. I was so cool in school. I was cool with preps. I was cool with jocks. I was cool with losers. I was cool with nerds. I would take my goal in life would take a loser kid and take him underneath my wing and make him cool. And to do that to people is the best thing that you can ever do. Pick on people just for their obvious reasons, because I've been picked on since preschool for birth defects, and it affected me. And to pick on people, you're just a fucking coward. You need to get over that shit and just be cool. There ain't no reason to pick on somebody if let's see. The only reason why you should hate someone is if they fuck you over. That's the only real reason why you should hate someone. You shouldn't hate someone because of the color of their skin, because they bleed the same color anyways. And you shouldn't hate someone because they wear glasses, what music they listen to. See, I fucking hate deathcore, but I don't hate the people that listen to it. That's their shit, whatever. This is my opinion, dude. This is why I love death metal. I think deathcore just sounds awful. That's my opinion. I'm not saying the people are bitches. I'm not saying they're faggots. I'm not saying they're emos that need to slit their wrists and go kill themselves. Whatever. If you like that shit, you like that shit. I like to masturbate to some porn that people probably don't like either. So, I mean, that's my thing. I don't know. I like a lot of good shit. I got pretty good taste. And other than that, I think I'm going to cut out on that note. It's 21 minutes long and 39 seconds. This is Dopey Death Metal, Deathcore Debate Part 2. Other than that, have a nice day. Take it easy. Peace.